Have you ever stepped out the door, glanced down at your shoes, and then caught your reflection in the mirror and barely recognized the woman looking back? Not because of time, not because of age, but because those shoes somehow make you look tired, less confident, and yes, older? Let me tell you about Linda. She's 67 and lives in Arizona. For most of her life, she was the kind of woman who dressed with quiet grace. Flowy dresses, soft cardigans, and the kind of leather boots that turned heads for all the right reasons. But lately, comfort had taken over. Worn-out slip-ons, flattened sandals, and slowly, something shifted. Her steps grew slower, her posture less sure, and the spark in her eyes, it started to dim. One morning, she said to me, "I feel like I'm walking backward, not just in age, but in spirit." Sound familiar? The shoes you wear every day, what seem like small choices, can silently speak volumes about your health, about how you see yourself, about whether you're still honoring the woman you've become. In today's video, I want to walk with you through 9 types of shoes every elegant woman over 50 should rethink. Not to follow trends, not to look younger, but to walk forward with confidence, grace, and strength in every step. We'll explore refined, comfortable alternatives recommended by orthopedic experts, mature fashion stylists, and most importantly, real women just like you who are living fully at 60, 70, and beyond. Stay with me until the end, because sometimes all it takes is changing your shoes to change how you move through the world. And you, my dear friend, you deserve that. Let's begin with one of the most familiar shoes of all, one that's cozy, beloved, but quietly stealing from your elegance every single day. Style 1. Sky-high heels. Timeless elegance or silent self-sabotage. There was a time when a pair of high heels felt like our secret weapon. Tall, slender, sophisticated. Stepping into a room, we didn't need to say a word. The shoes said it all. But then, one day, those same heels stopped lifting us up and started taking things away. Our balance, our posture, even our safety. Marcia, 62, from Atlanta, used to swear by her stilettos. They were her signature. But during her granddaughter's birthday party, one misstep led to a knee injury that kept her off her feet for 3 months. That's when I realized, she said, true elegance isn't in how tall you stand, it's in how steady you stay. According to the American Geriatric Society, women over 60 who wear heels higher than 5 inches are twice as likely to suffer a fall compared to those in low-heeled shoes. The pressure placed on the toes and balls of the feet also increases the risk of arthritis, knee deterioration, and chronic back pain. Dr. Susan Ellis, an orthopedic specialist in California, often reminds her patients, shoes should be something you trust, not something you fear every time you leave the house. Instead, try kitten heels, low, graceful, and supportive. They keep your look soft and elegant without compromising your footing. If you lean toward a classic style, block heels in matte or polished leather, warm browns, soft beige, or deep olive. Pair beautifully with A-line dresses, tailored trousers, or a cozy wool coat. And trust me, you can still be radiant, still turn heads, without teetering on inches that hurt more than they help. Have you ever felt like you were enduring your shoes instead of enjoying them? If so, I invite you to share your story in the comments. Tap the like button if you've ever walked away from a pair of heels and realized you just set yourself free. And if this message speaks to your heart, please share it with another woman you care about, because sometimes one small change today might keep someone safer tomorrow. But it's not just delicate stilettos that can quietly steal our confidence. There's another shoe trend, trendy, chunky, and back in style, that many think screams youth, when in truth, it might just be drowning out your grace. Let's talk about chunky sneakers. You've probably seen them everywhere, on the sidewalks, in shopping malls, even at casual outdoor gatherings. Chunky sneakers, also known as thick-soled athletic shoes, are making a big comeback in modern fashion. For many women in their 50s and 60s, they've become the go-to choice for refreshing their style. After all, they look sporty, bold, and undeniably trendy. But here's the quiet truth no one talks about. Just because something is trending doesn't mean it fits the body that's gracefully carried you through decades of life. I remember Irene, 68, from San Jose, who absolutely adored her pair. Her daughter gifted her some high-end brand-name sneakers. They looked fantastic, and people kept telling her how youthful and fashionable she seemed. But just 2 weeks into her morning walks, she began feeling pain in her knees, and a dull ache settled into her hips. A visit to the doctor revealed lower back strain and a slight misalignment in her gait. all caused by shoes that were too heavy and lacked flexibility. According to the Journal of Foot and Ankle Research, shoes with excessively thick or heavy soles can alter your body's natural gait and center of gravity, increasing your risk of imbalance and falls, especially for those over 60. Dr. Jason Lin, a geriatric specialist at Massachusetts General Hospital, explains, not everything labeled as supportive is actually good for you. A great shoe is one that moves with you, not one that forces you to adjust how you move. So if you still love the energy of a good sneaker, don't worry. There are plenty of stylish, lightweight options designed specifically for mature comfort. Look for minimal designs with low or mid-height soles, flexible structure, and soft, breathable materials like leather or mesh. Neutral tones like ivory, soft gray, navy, or nude not only pair effortlessly with your wardrobe, but also exude a refined elegance that feels authentically you. Sneakers can absolutely bring comfort when chosen wisely. But there's another popular type of shoe that's often misunderstood. Soft, flat, and seemingly harmless, yet quietly betraying many older women's feet every day. Let's talk about those next. Style 3. Plastic or clear heels. Illusion of beauty. Hidden harm. Have you ever been drawn to a pair of see-through heels, sparkling under store lights, thinking, these will make my legs look longer, slimmer, and still elegant? You're not alone. Many women in their 60s and beyond across the US have felt that exact same pull. These clear heels, once seen on magazine covers, red carpets, and trending videos, became a symbol of being fashionable and ageless. But here's the truth no one really says out loud, that crystal clear beauty isn't as clear as it seems. Behind that glossy plastic surface lies a host of health risks that older women especially should be wary of. I once spoke with Deborah, 64, from Sacramento. She bought her first pair of clear heels after seeing a stylish influencer in her age group rave about them online. It felt exciting, she said, like I was turning back the clock a little. But after just one evening wearing them to a formal dinner, her feet were burning, swollen, and deeply uncomfortable. The next morning, blisters appeared. It took nearly 2 weeks for her skin to fully heal, along with the disappointment of realizing that elegance had come at too high a cost. According to the American Podiatric Medical Association, plastic shoes, especially non-breathable ones, trap heat and moisture, leading to bacterial growth, painful blisters, and even fungal infections. Dr. Henry Cho, a geriatric specialist based in Houston, warns that clear heels not only cause physical discomfort, but can also reduce foot sensitivity, increasing the risk of slipping on slick surfaces like tile or polished stone floors. Instead of chasing a beauty that only works from a distance, aim for depth, grace, and comfort. Consider shoes made of suede, velvet, or satin with soft pointed toes or delicate straps. These textures offer a luxurious feel and an effortlessly polished look. If you still enjoy a bit of sparkle, a hint of metallic trim, or a small gem at the heel can add just enough charm without being overwhelming. Shades like soft nude, brushed silver, or smoky gray maintain elegance without pulling the eye too far down. Do you own a pair of shoes that look perfect online, but have never made it past your closet door after that first painful wear? Let me know in the comments. I promise you're not the only one. Tap like if you've ever had to walk away from a shoe that looked lovely but didn't love you back. And if this story feels familiar, share it with a friend. You might just help someone else avoid that same blistered regret. Letting go of a shoe that hurts doesn't mean giving up. It means finally choosing comfort over performance and doing so proudly. And that, dear friend, is a beautiful kind of love story you write for yourself. But you know what's even more surprising? Sometimes the shoes we trust the most, the ones we've worn for years and called safe, turn out to be quietly sabotaging us every day. Let's talk about ballet flats next, and why being soft isn't always safe. There are some shoes that don't need an ad, a trend, or even an introduction. Ballet flats are one of them. Light, flexible, easy to wear. For many women over 60, they feel like an old friend, always there, always safe. But just like with some friendships, the comfort of familiarity can sometimes blind us to the quiet harm happening beneath the surface. I think of Helen, a dear friend of my mother's from Seattle, now 70 years old. Every time I saw her, she wore the same beloved pair of ballet flats she'd had for nearly a decade. They're soft, and they never hurt my feet, she'd say with a smile. But one afternoon, she fell in her own kitchen. After a full exam, the doctor explained that her shoes had worn down so much that they no longer supported her feet properly. The soles were too thin, too slippery, and that lack of grip had thrown her off balance. According to a study published by Harvard Health Publishing, over 60% of women over 60 report experiencing heel or lower back pain, largely linked to wearing worn-out flats that offer no proper arch or structural support. Dr. Karen Morrison, a geriatric specialist in Chicago, notes, ballet flats aren't the enemy, but once they've lost their shape, their support, or their sole grip, they quietly weaken the foot's natural muscles and alignment, leading to strain, joint pain, and even spinal misalignment. So what's a better option that keeps comfort without compromising your health or your posture? Look for flats with a cushioned rubber sole, good arch support, and a slight heel lift. Around 1/2 to 3/4 inch is ideal. Rounded or almond-shaped toes help elongate the leg without crowding the toes. And if you love timeless style, try soft loafers, matte leather Mary Janes, or cushioned slip-ons. They give you that easy elegance with real structure beneath the beauty. Are you holding on to a pair of shoes that brings back memories the moment you look at them? But if those same shoes make your feet ache after a grocery run or leave you numb after standing too long, maybe it's time to let them go. I'd love to hear your story in the comments. What's the one pair of shoes you love deeply but had to part with for your health? If this message speaks to you, hit that like button and share this video with a woman you treasure. She deserves to feel just as supported in her style as she does in her well-being. We all have things that once felt essential, but sometimes the most beautiful act of self-love is choosing again, because the version of you today deserves better than the version of yesterday settled for. And when we think of shoes that harm our bodies, most of us imagine high heels or stiff plastic. But there's another type of shoe, one that looks flashy, glamorous, even fun, but often pulls us away from our natural grace. Let's talk about overly embellished shoes next. Style 5. Overly embellished shoes. Sparkle or just too much? We've all felt it. That little tug when a pair of shoes catches our eye, covered in rhinestones, oversized bows, shiny metallics, or bold designer patterns that scream red carpet glam. For many women over 60, choosing shoes like these isn't just about looking good. Sometimes it's about holding on to that spark, that sense of youthful energy. And honestly, who doesn't want to feel dazzling on a special night? But just like neon lights in the dark, the more they shine, the easier it becomes to lose sight of the quiet, elegant details that speak louder. Often, it's the excess itself that overshadows the natural poise and timeless grace that aging so beautifully gives us. I think of Ruby, a retired teacher, 66, from Austin, Texas. At her 40-year high school reunion, she wore a pair of glittery silver stilettos, bold and full of personality, a gift from her granddaughter. Everyone said she looked youthful and vibrant, but Ruby confessed to me later, "I smiled all night, but my feet were in pain. And in truth, I didn't feel like myself." Then she added, "I don't need to sparkle like a Christmas tree to be seen. I just want to feel like me." A study from the Journal of Aging and Fashion Psychology found that after age 60, our sense of beauty naturally leans toward balance, softness, and harmony rather than loud statements. Overly embellished shoes often disrupt the flow of an outfit, drawing the eye downward rather than uplifting the presence of the person wearing them. Amanda Ford, a senior style consultant based in California, explains, "True elegance in your 60s is about just enough. An elegant trim, a thoughtful clasp, not overwhelming flash." So what's the alternative? Choose simplicity, but let the materials do the talking. Opt for soft leather, smooth satin, or muted velvet. A small silver buckle, a delicate T-strap, or a gently squared toe can say so much with so little. Try tones like caramel, wine red, stone blue, or warm beige, colors that whisper sophistication instead of shouting for attention. And if you still want that little glint of sparkle, let it come from your eyes, not from your soles. Have you ever picked out a pair of shoes hoping it would make you look younger, only to feel like a stranger in them? If so, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Let's remind one another that elegance isn't measured in sparkles. It's in how true you feel in your own skin today. And if this message resonates, give this video a like and share it with a woman in your life who deserves to feel radiant, on her terms. Because after the glitter fades and the trend passes, what stays is presence. And no rhinestone can replace the quiet power of self-assurance. Speaking of confidence, there's another kind of shoe, one that seems built for relaxation, but when overused, can quietly pull down your posture and presence. Let's talk about flip-flops, the beloved summer companion that may not always have your back. Style 6. Flip-flops. Simple, but risky. If there's one shoe that captures the essence of American summer, comfort, and laid-back living, it's the flip-flop. You see them everywhere, from the sunny beaches of Florida to the quiet backyards of California. Many people over 60 love them for being convenient, lightweight, easy to slip on and off, no bending down to tie laces or zip anything up. But here's something not many people talk about. Sometimes it's the simplest things that carry the most hidden risks. I remember hearing a story from Joanna, 72, who lives in Phoenix. One morning, she was heading to her local farmer's market. As she stepped out of her car, her flip-flop slipped off. Just a few steps later, she fell forward, scraping her hands and bruising her knees badly. "I still flinch when I see the scar," she told me. And it all happened because of a pair of sandals I thought were the most comfortable shoes in the world. According to the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, flip-flops provide no arch support, no heel grip, and very little control over foot movement while walking. This can be especially dangerous for older adults whose balance systems are not as sharp as they used to be. Dr. Laura Simmons, a podiatrist based in Oregon, warns, wearing flip-flops regularly can weaken the muscles in your feet, strain your heel tendons, contribute to lower back pain, and significantly increase your risk of falling. So, if you enjoy the airy, easy feeling of flip-flops, is there a safer alternative? Absolutely. Look for leather sandals with ankle straps, soft but supportive soles, and light heel cushioning. Styles with cross straps and materials like soft cowhide or high-quality faux leather are both breathable and foot-friendly. Colors like beige, smoky gray, sandy yellow, or olive green pair easily with everyday outfits and keep your look effortlessly polished. Are you still wearing flip-flops just because they're the easiest? Maybe it's time to ask, is that ease quietly stealing your confidence with every step? Because here's the truth. A good pair of shoes doesn't just help you move forward. It helps you stand strong with yourself every single day. And now let's talk about a type of shoe that was once a symbol of American coziness and comfort, a winter essential, even a fashion statement. But as we age, what once felt cozy can start to feel outdated. Let's talk about Ugg boots worn outdoors. There are some items that once symbolized comfort and style, and Ugg boots are undeniably one of them. With their thick fleece lining, soft suede, and irresistible warmth, they were once a winter must-have across America. From young women to those in their 50s and 60s, everyone seemed to go through a phase where wearing Uggs meant being on trend. But here's the truth. Time moves on, and sometimes the things that once brought us comfort quietly begin to hold us back. I once spoke with Darlene, a 65-year-old woman from Minnesota. During the winter months, she wore nothing but her beloved Ugg boots because, as she put it, they're warm and so easy to throw on. But then she noticed her gait had changed. I wasn't walking as confidently anymore. It felt like my feet were sinking, like I looked shorter, and my posture started to slouch, she shared. During a routine checkup, her doctor explained that the overly soft boots, with no ankle or arch support, were likely the cause of her persistent muscle fatigue and spinal discomfort. According to the American Orthopedic Foot and Ankle Society, boots like Uggs with no heel support, overly soft soles, and a lack of structural stability can throw off the body's alignment and negatively impact gait and posture over time. Dr. Sheldon Marks, an orthopedic specialist in New York, warns, shoes that feel too comfortable can slowly weaken the musculoskeletal system in older adults without them even realizing it. So, if you love staying warm during the cold months but don't want to compromise your health or style, there are smarter, more elegant alternatives. Look for boots with a structured design, slightly higher shafts that gently hug the ankle, firm soles for support, and made with high-quality leather or suede. Neutral tones like chocolate brown, beige, or charcoal gray pair beautifully with wool coats, knit pants, or long sweater dresses. A modest 1.1 5-inch block heel can also improve your posture and provide much-needed stability with every step. Are you holding onto an old pair of Ugg boots as a cozy winter memory? But if they're making your walk feel heavier and slower, maybe it's time to gift yourself a new experience, still warm, but more refined and empowering. If this message resonates with you, please tap that like button to let me know you're here. And share this video with the beloved women in your life so we can all step into this winter season with grace, beauty, and confidence. Style 8, slip-on shoes without heel support. Easy to wear, but easy to fall. Some shoes win our hearts the moment we try them on. So convenient, no laces, no buckles, just slip in and go. For many older adults, lightweight slip-ons feel like everyday companions, easy, soft, and hassle-free. But as we age, that ease can quietly come at a cost. I remember meeting Margaret, 69, from Denver, a kind, independent woman who loved her morning walks around the neighborhood. She told me she worn the same pair of slip-ons for 2 years because they don't squeeze my feet and are so easy to wear. But gradually, she noticed she was tripping more often. Her steps felt less steady. Then one morning, as she stepped down from her porch, her foot slid out of the shoe and she fell, twisting her ankle badly. According to research published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy, slip-on shoes that don't secure the heel properly can cause the foot to slide out of alignment while walking, increasing the risk of falls in older adults by up to 35%. Dr. Andrew Kaplan, a physical rehabilitation specialist in Minnesota, explains, people often overlook how crucial heel security is for balance. When your heel isn't held in place, your entire posture and stability are compromised from the very first step. So instead of loose, backless slip-ons, try shoes designed for both ease and safety. Look for soft rubber heels that hug your foot, elastic side panels or straps for support, and anti-slip soles, especially useful on rainy days or tiled surfaces. Lightweight, sport-inspired designs in neutral shades like light gray, taupe, or navy not only offer comfort, but keep your look fresh and refined. Are you wearing shoes that are easy to slip on, but make it easier to fall? Take a moment to look down. Are your shoes helping you stay grounded, or slowly stealing your stability? Because every steady step you take today builds a safer path for tomorrow. Style 9. Stiff leather shoes, a timeless symbol. But are they still right for you now? Some shoes were once a source of pride, sturdy, sleek, and a symbol of power. Stiff leather shoes, in particular, have long been seen as an investment in elegance. Many women over 60 still believe that a firm, structured shoe means sophistication and durability. But here's the hidden truth. What once gave you confidence may now be quietly weighing you down. I remember Janice, a 73-year-old retired lawyer from New York. For 3 decades, she wore only rigid leather shoes to court. They made me feel in control, like I was walking with purpose, she told me. But after retiring, she kept wearing the same type of shoe and started experiencing heel pain, morning stiffness, and soreness in her feet at night. Her doctor later explained, the inflexible soles and lack of inner cushioning were compressing her soft tissues, leading to chronic inflammation and joint strain. According to the Journal of Musculoskeletal Research, stiff leather shoes, especially those lacking arch support and soft padding, can place continuous pressure on the soles of your feet. Over time, this contributes to conditions like plantar fasciitis, chronic heel pain, and even spinal misalignment. Dr. Mary Lynn, a podiatric specialist in California, says, just because a shoe feels sturdy doesn't mean it's safe, especially for older adults. What matters more is flexibility and proper foot support. If you still love the timeless elegance of leather shoes, don't worry, there are smarter choices available. Look for designs made from supple leather with memory foam insoles and a moderate toe box to avoid crowding your toes. Modern Oxford-style shoes in classic shades like jet black, deep brown, or navy can be effortlessly paired with midi skirts, straight leg pants, or a soft linen blouse. And here's a tip. Always try on shoes at the end of the day when your feet are naturally expanded. That's when you'll know if they truly fit. Are you still holding on to a pair of shoes you once wore with pride, but now they leave your feet aching? Maybe those shoes carried you through promotions, celebrations, and milestones, but now you deserve a new companion, one that still speaks elegance, but also cradles your feet with softness and care. If this message resonates with you, please give this video a like. It tells me you're here, listening, and caring for yourself. And if you know a woman who could use this gentle reminder, share it with her. Because elegance should never mean pain. It's about making wise, loving choices for our bodies. The road ahead is still full of beautiful moments. Let's walk it together, one comfortable, confident step at a time. Dear friend, once we cross the age of 60, every step we take isn't just about moving. It's about how we carry the stories, the seasons, and the strength we've gained over a lifetime. Today, we've walked through 9 types of shoes, familiar, even comforting, that could be quietly chipping away at your confidence, your safety, and your grace. And from that, 3 powerful truths emerge. First, don't choose shoes just for how they look. Choose them for how they protect your feet, your spine, and your spirit. Second, elegance and comfort are not opposites. You truly can have both. And third, every shoe you wear is a statement. I know who I am, and I deserve to walk with pride. You've walked through countless springs in your life. Please don't let the wrong pair of shoes rob you of the steps still to come. You deserve to be supported from your heels to your heart. If you found value in this video, please tap that like button to share this message with other amazing women. Leave a comment and tell us what's the one pair of shoes you loved or let go of for your health. And don't forget to subscribe to Golden Wise Elders, where we learn, grow, and live more beautifully together. Because here, you're not just a viewer, you're part of a community, a space that honors experience, celebrates timeless beauty, and walks beside one another with wisdom and well-fitting shoes. Thank you for walking this path with me today. I can't wait to meet you again in our next story, where we'll keep listening, loving, and stepping forward steadily, beautifully. Like, share, comment, tap the bell. Subscribe to Golden Wise Elders, because this journey through aging deserves to be walked with grace and strength.